Welcome back, everybody. This is the Benjinator, and you are watching Let's Play Xenogears, the greatest JRPG on Earth. But sadly, it's on its way to coming to an end. So this is going to be the last video where I'm tying up loose ends. Basically, a bunch of stuff that you can do near the end of the game that I want to show you. As far as side quest goes, there's going to be an awesome Deathblow Showcase in this particular video. And just a few of the things that I missed at the Snowfields Hideout. So last time we were exploring what looks like the remains of the Zeboam civilization, where Faye's predecessor Kim lived thousands of years ago. And as we saw, we came to a subway station, we crawled down a hole, went up some stairs, and as I said, you want to come up those stairs with Emeralda in your party. And now we're going to be seeing the scene that unfolds when you do bring her with you. So get that going. And here we are. So I just switched out Emeralda, put her in my party, and now you're going to be seeing a fantastic little scene. We got the June Mermaid song, as it's called. Stuck in Zeboa. And there's an image of Kim and, of course, Ellie, because her name never changes. Look at that. All those people. This is kind of cool. And you'll see, yeah, right there, they got a Christmas tree. Is that awesome? So apparently they had Christmas way back in the day. It's interesting stuff, that's for sure. Kim's looking very dapper. Very well dressed. Oh, what's Ellie wearing? She's got like a snow bunny outfit on or something. So, it's an interesting dynamic. I mean, it definitely seems like wherever they are in history, Ellie and Faye are always a couple. Even though Faye's name constantly changes and Ellie's name never does. So, Kim seems to be very torn up about the fact that I guess there's a war going on. Although, I'm not sure. I was never sure exactly what the war was about, as in, like, it kind of seems like Zeboam was fighting some other country. I mean, maybe that's what was going on, but they never really get into a lot of specifics. So, ooh, that looks nice. That's cool. It's like a glass. It's like one of those glass bottom restaurants. So that would definitely give me some vertigo. Like, heights are one of the things that I tend to be kind of afraid of. So, like, being on top of a glass floored thing would be a little bit much. That looks really gorgeous. I mean, I'm pretty sure that with modern day graphics that would look even better. Hint hint, they need to remake this game, the PS4. That'd be awesome. I've been thinking about that, actually, is if they remade this game, things that I'd want them to do and things that I want them to leave alone. And they absolutely would have to keep the soundtrack. I mean, if they want to, like, spice it up or something, that's absolutely fine. But, you know, just note by note, you want to keep those similar. Mitsuda, get his ass on the job. Have him, you know, remix, remaster his old soundtracks. But don't make new compositions. I mean, even though I'm sure he'd come up with something brilliant, we do want to keep the music of Xenogears intact, I believe. Now they're talking about their child. So I guess from what it looks like, Kim he works in the medical field, it seems. And he's distraught by all these people dying and how he can't save more of them. So obviously he's working with vets, like victims of war and so forth. And he's just thinking that humans are pieces of shit right now. Because war sucks, and it really does, so I kind of don't blame him. So, 30 years to live. So it kind of seems like back in these days, the average lifespan was about 30 years. It's ironic, because as I stand here making this LP, I'm 32. So apparently I've surpassed Kim's expectations. Who knows? Man. So Ellie can't have kids. I wonder if that's the case. I think that Ellie, in all regards, like, when she was Sophia, but also as she is now, I don't think that she can have kids in any of that. I mean, it was never really discussed, but it kind of seems like if this Ellie could not have kids because of some genetic dysfunction, that probably means that her descendants couldn't have them either. I mean, when I say descendants, I mean, like, you know, like successing incarnations, not her kids, because obviously, you know, if she can't have kids then, she's not going to have descendants, but yeah, it kind of seems like Ellie, the mother, can't actually reproduce, ironically enough. At least in a standard biological context. Yeah. These two, always together. So here's I guess is the birth of Emeralda. And just like Ramses was artificially created in a lab. Except Kim's intentions were not as nefarious, let's put it that way. Because Ramses was just basically created to off the Emperor. Now it kind of seems like this nanomachine colony is, you know, kind of more a testament to longevity. I mean, Emeralda, we found her here, remember? We went to this exact same place. And we basically grabbed her out of this tube, of course. She was then taken by Bishop Stone, if you remember him. But, you know, this was as a nanomachine colony. Apparently this was kind of like their first foray into immortality. Or maybe just something to pass on human memories for thousands of years. I mean, either way it works, because Emeralda doesn't seem like she's aged a day. And she remembers a lot of stuff. Like, you died, Faye. When you were Faye before you were Faye, you died. Of course, Faye remembers because he became whole, so he's able to remember everything. That's so insane, though. Like, that... I mean, I think it's a really great concept of this game, but that, like, it's hard to assess the fact that now all of a sudden Faye remembers all this stuff that happened over hundreds, if not thousands of years. And this part's pretty cool. Because right now she's small. There is the chance of transformation. So it kind of looks like this was almost 4,000 years ago is that what's happened. This kind of seems like a substitute child for a biological kid that Ellie might have had. So it's really interesting stuff. Substitute Kim. It sounds so bad when she says that. What's happening? What's happening? Oh my god, are you trying to get in Faye's pants? No! Oh wait. Okay, never mind. Oh, look. She's all grown up. She's all grown up. So yeah, this is the adult version of Emeralda. And it doesn't make any real difference, I don't think, in how she fights in battle. But, you know, she does attain a adult form. And so if you use her, she is going to look a little bit different. But now we're going to be going to something else. Now we're going to be doing probably the part I'm most excited about in this LP is the Deathblow Showcase. So starting from all of the elemental ones, I'm going to be showing off everybody's Deathblows, starting with our friend Faye. So this one we've already seen before, that's Fouquet. But just for the sake of completion, I'm going to be showing this again. I was thinking about showing every single Deathblow, but the other ones that we've seen, I've shown off in previous videos many times. Like, they're ones that in previous battles that showed up quite a bit. Alright, so here's Chike. I don't believe I've showed this one. This is the Earth Elemental attack for Faye, which is really cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Bye-bye. And now this is going to be Kake, which I think is the fire attack. So, yeah, here we go. Fire! Boom-boom. That's pretty cool. Now, Faye does have 2 extra Deathblows than everybody else, so his list is going to be a little longer. So here's Suke, and this is the ice attack that he's got. And normally, for, like, Bart and Citan, this would be the end of their Deathblows. The water one being the last one, but Faye actually has a light and dark attack, and so Koke is the light attack, and this one I think is really cool. Boom! Oh yeah, almost 2,000 damage, but that's not quite as powerful as Yamike, which is his dark attack, and his ultimate death blow, which does a shit ton of damage. Watch this. Oh baby. Yep. Almost, yeah, 4,000 damage. Seriously. So good. Alright, so now we're going to be going to Satan. Okay. Festive Wind we've seen quite a few times before, but we're just going to be doing this again because it's fun and it looks cool. There's a moon and there's a bunch of Japanese characters, so why the hell not? All that kanji. Then we got Rumble Earth, which I believe I have not showed off, but this is his Earth Elemental. Oh yeah. This one's got Sakura leaves. I love his elemental death blows just because they look so like samurai warrior. It's good stuff. Now the Haze of Fire. This one, oh yeah, this one also is very cool. All those rings of fire in the face. They're not quite as cool as the other two. And then finally Crystal Water. So you can kind of see the pattern here is that the post Chivat death blows are all elemental based. And this is going to be the case for Bart as well. You know, Angel we've seen, that's going to be his win one. But I should mention that for Billy and Rico, it's a little bit different. They've only got, I believe, like 2 additional death blows after the XX. But the good thing about those two is that there were a bunch of death blows that I had not shown you before. So you'll get a chance to see those, just for the sake of completion. And again, didn't get the ones for Ellie, for obvious reasons. I may have a bonus video where I show that. The tornado, this one's fun. And also I didn't get the ones for Emeralda, just because I didn't really use her. But there's always a possibility with Xenogears, since it is the greatest game on Earth, that I will show those additional videos. So, keep an eye out for those in the future. But meanwhile, now we've got Skywalker with Billy, which I don't believe I've shown before. So that's just the triangle square X one. Easy enough. Devil Blast, it's inverse square triangle X. And again, these are all a bunch of death blows that I had gotten for, you know, Faye, Citan, and Bart way before when, just because they're my favorite characters to use. And here's True Dream. Here's the quad triangle X attack. It's a good one. And as you can see, like, the regular shots don't really do a whole lot. Oh yeah, but look at that. Love it. The laser. It's cool. Now, Holy Gate. This, I believe, is the second most powerful death blow that he can do. This one's pretty nifty. Just lining up another giant shot in the face. I believe that's Earth Elemental, I'm not sure. And if you're noticing that it's not doing a whole lot of damage, it's just because I didn't equip Billy with, like, the best weapon possible and the best ammo. But True Friend, this is kind of fun to watch. It suddenly becomes a first-person shooter. You're just taking him out. Billy becomes all polygonal. So yeah, those are Billy's death blows. And now for Rico, which is fun because he's got wrestling moves. Doing a power bomb with fire bomb, triangle, square, X. Beautiful. And then the pile crusher, square, triangle, X. And this is, yeah, that's, I forget what wrestling move that is, but it's a fun one. I've enjoyed that. Then Spin Strike, his double X, which we actually have not seen. Oh yeah, now he does like an off the turnbuckle, high flying move. Love it. As you can tell, viewers, back in the day I used to watch a lot of pro wrestling, so I'm a little bit familiar with these. And that is not done in pro wrestling, but it still looks pretty cool. Death Roll has a Earth Elemental, over 1,000 damage, and then finally Flame Lariat, which is his fire attack, and I believe this does the most damage. Well, actually, it's on the same scale as Earth. So, and then Hell Splash. Oh, okay, no, never mind. Flame Lariat was not the most powerful one. It's this one. Hell Splash. Yeah, that just has all kinds of death raining upon you. So, yeah, Rico was a little bit lower level than some of the other characters, so that's why it didn't do quite as much. But yeah, there you go. That's the death blows of the characters, of most of the characters in this game. Again, Ellie, Emeralda. At some point, hopefully, I'll be showing that off. And so, last but not least, there were a couple of rooms in here that I did not. get to show you. And the Snowfield Hideout, because there were just a couple places that I did indeed miss. Now, one thing that I should mention, too, is that if you want to upgrade the frames for your characters here, that's perfectly fine. Like, there's no reason to not upgrade the frames for any of the characters that you've got. That's fine. It just, when it comes to the engine, when it comes to the armor, and when it comes to the parts that you can equip, that's where you want to go to Joe's shop for. So, I'm not sure how I missed this room the last time. It's a little silly. Okay, we got a prison guard. He's looking a little bored. This place is still full of despair. But there is going to be somewhat of an important scene that props up here. Good stuff. Yeah, it's freezing in here because you're all these Amazon women, they're all wearing like thongs and bras, and they're in the Arctic. It's a little impracticable. I don't believe that there's anything in here that you can actually get. Those stairs used to lead up somewhere, and now they don't. Yeah, this is just pretty much an empty room. Hopping around. Da-da-da-da-da. But I just made sure to scour it fairly thoroughly to see if there was anything. Which, again, there might have been, but... don't know. Not really concerned. Oh, look! It's the dolphin people. Aw. He's like wearing like an orange jumpsuit. Hello. Oh, it's Hans. Oh, we like Hans. And Franz, of course, is aboard the Yggdrasil, so he's there too. One thing I did remember as well that I will have to add to a bonus video is talking to people aboard the Yggdrasil at this point in the game. So, yes. Keeping a mental list of things to add as bonus episodes after this is all over. But, yeah. It happens. So, sounding like the captain, who we know and love, went down with the ship. It was very noble of him. Oh, maybe he is alive. I hope he's alive. That's Anna, apparently. So it looks like her husband died, and Hans decided to hook up with her. Oh, Hansi. Hansi boy! Our one... He is one for the widows, that's for sure. Well, at least, you know, at least Hans is learning how to make the best, make lemonade out of lemons, so to speak. You know, if the world's being devastated, remarrying, maybe not is the worst idea. Especially when you feel like you're gonna die soon. Being stuck in this snowy hellhole. Oy vey. The captain say. Seducing a widow. Oh, I love the captain. I miss that man. He's changed. Hans actually is one of my favorite characters, even though he's not like, you know, even though you only get to see him for a little bit. He's a fantastic NPC, especially when he was telling the captain, like, you know, why are you using that big stupid gun? It doesn't function very well. Wait a second. He's imagining the captain coming back, huh? Oh, that's something he would say. Yep. Good memories of the captain. Wait a second. Is he here? Oh, it looks like he's here! Oh, that's amazing. That is so cool. Oh, captain. Oh, captain, my captain. The only captain. Oh, Hans is beside himself. I think he loves the captain more than he loves his new wife. See, I'm really glad that the captain didn't die. Because the captain is really cool. Too bad about the Thames, though. The Thames was amazing. Man of the sea, baby! It's just kind of too bad that Bart isn't all into this. I figured he'd be all like, woohoo, the captain's back! Let's have a drink! If there's any booze left. And so now he's talking about Doom and Isle. That's the reason why they played his theme music when we were there. But we already went there, so we already kind of took care of that. And then he talks about the fabled sword, which Steve Tan is now holding. So there's he's just like, yeah, it's somewhere out there. I haven't got a ship. But, you know, we got the Yggdrasil, so that makes things a little easier. And, of course, the captain has definitely seen the Yggdrasil. Good stuff. Alright. Yeah. Oh, yeah, so it looks like everything's been reunited with the captain, which is great. So he just kind of... He kind of is coming back, he's doing his thing. And his thing is always the right thing. Because he's the captain. So, yeah. The captain just kind of tells you that there's going to be... That everything's fine. Just keep your spirits up. Keep that attitude positive. Everything will be okay. So, yeah. That's just kind of a fun thing to watch. Of course, that guy... I think that was the guy in the screw elevator. On the old place. So, that's kind of fun. And so there's just one more door. This one place that I haven't really checked out. Which has something minorly important. So now, this is where ostensibly all the kids are hanging out. Apparently this guy is talking very slowly. And this is kind of expected. You're always going to have the, you know, final judgment people in the midst of, you know, total crisis and total annihilation. Oh, man. Flying the UFO. I think he's talking about Shabbat when it used to be flying. Well, listen. Bart is here, and he's very sorry that he could not... bring peace to the continent of Ingus. I mean, they did sign a peace treaty for a while, but then both countries got devastated. And there's Midori. He's finally talking. That's amazing. So Midori knew the whole time, even since the beginning of the game, that there was a conflict going on. Now, Dan maybe will forgive us for, you know, the destruction of his village and the annihilation of his sister and Timothy and all those people. Well, maybe he's not going to forgive us, but it seems at least that he has an understanding of the fact that there was an interior conflict going on between himself and Id. In phase of like, alright, it's fine, Dan, don't worry about it. I had personality splits for a while, and that was really unfortunate. But now everything's cool. Now I got all my personalities together. We've made peace with each other. And now I've got ancient memories scaling back to the beginning of time. Crazy. I thought that was an elevator, sadly not. But yeah, there's a little bit more to explore here. It's just a shame I didn't get it the first time. Oh, look, there's the choo-choo salesperson. I wonder how many of those are left. Like, I'm hoping that at least some of them survived. It kind of seemed like not all of them did. Kind of seemed like it was a difficult situation. Because the choo-choos were on Earth before humans were. That much has definitely been confirmed. So, oh, Queenie. Lost something. Nose. Alright, well, that's it for the Snowfield Hideout. And remember that you can upgrade your frames here, and I would recommend that. But armor, Omega 100 drives, engines, those are things found at Joe's shop. So at this point, before you go into the final dungeon, I would strongly recommend that you get the Omega drives for at least 6 or at least 3 of your party members, and try to go for 6 if you can. In this playthrough, I only got it for 3, just to show you that you can beat the entire game with just 3 party members. But if you really want to play it safe, I get those upgrades for 6 of your party members, whoever you choose. Don't use Choo-Choo, she sucks. And also get those GNR 50s and some Z chargers that really help you out. So, I hope you guys are ready. This is going to be intense. We're going to be moving into the final resting place of God, destroy Deos, and bring peace and justice to the world in the next episode of Let's Play Xenogears. This is the Benjinator, and thank you guys for watching.